Okay, everybody, here is the first of the new arrivals. This is the tarantulas species Arusha. I did have one of these before that perished in a molt, so I was pretty excited to get one back. This is just a little tiny sling. As you can see, it's in a 50 dram vial. And I kind of like this setup with the 50 dram vials with these smaller slings. I can give them some depth and decor, and I'm not a real big fan of the 2-ounce deli cups. I just don't really enjoy stacking those things because they get knocked over so easily. These are pretty stable, they're kind of hard to knock over. So, okay, this one's actually eating, as you can see. It's the first time I attempted to feed any of these guys since I got them in last week. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that came in last week, and then a couple the week before. So we'll go over all those, and then we'll do some other updates as we go. Okay, so the next is one I've been really looking forward to getting in. This is the tarantulas marinus Zimbabwe locale. These are just absolutely stunning when they get bigger. There is a cricket in there. Hopefully it will eat. This one was a tad bit lethargic when it came in, but seems to be doing okay so far. It's just some substrate and some pieces of bark that I broke up for it to web around. Oh, there we go. Got a takedown. Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited some of these will be eating. Most of these are going to be eating fruit flies, but this one and the last one, and maybe even the possibility of the next one that we'll put on here, might be able to eat a small cricket. So we'll see. But yeah, tarantulas marinus Zimbabwe. Okay, another one of the new ones is a tarantulas lapalala. This is another one I've been waiting for to get in the hobby for a while. I'm pretty excited to have one. We'll do fruit flies with this guy here, but they're chilling in the fridge right now, so we're not going to feed them. Just want to do an update of the new stuff that we got in, mostly African species. I think 6, 7 African species, and then 2 New World tarantulas. So yeah, we'll look forward to I can't wait to do the African video. I'm so looking forward to doing that one. We'll start work on that soon. I just don't know when. It's going to be long because there's quite a few African species here now. Okay, so here is another of the new ones. This is a tarantulas cordatus mostov. These are absolutely stunning when they are adults. A real dark color. So I was pretty stoked to get. I got 2 of these just because I love the way they look. So there's this one here and this one right there. So you can see how dark they are already. Can't wait to get these ones bigger. So yeah, 2 tarantulas cordatus mostov locale. Pretty cool. These will be fed fruit flies here in about 20 minutes or so. Another one that I was pretty excited about because my other one that I own of these is a male, well, we think it is. This is the Encyrocatola olivacea, little tiny sling. Was really pumped to get this one in, and if you give me a second or two after this one's done, we'll see. He's up and out, so maybe we'll be able to get a view of him real quick if he doesn't bolt back into his burrow when I try to put the light on him. So yeah, these things are absolutely insane. You can keep them either in an arboreal type setup or in a fossorial. They will take to either one. So they're more of an arboreal tarantula, and they like it a tad bit damper than normal. As you can see, the bottom is kind of damp here, so they do enjoy it. They will web the living crap out of everything if you don't give them something to crawl into and hide, such as a piece of cork bark or something like that. So yeah, this one was pretty stoked to get to see slings of this again. And these are just ferocious. Probably one of my meanest tarantulas up there. One that will give me a threat posture probably quicker than any other one. Okay, so here's another of the newer arrivals. This is a Formictopus species, gold carapace. I think this is actually like from species green gold carapace. But yeah, a little bit larger, kind of crazy and skittish. But from Myctopus, yeah, this is my third from Myctopus, so I'm pretty excited about that. Probably the last one that I'll get, again, unless something crazy happens. But yeah, another new creature. Just set up in a die-cast display case. Kind of drab looking right now, but still is a lot of fun to work with in the beginning. The first few days it was quite interesting because all you had to do was look at the enclosure and it was just running all over the place. So it's settled down quite a bit now. It's eaten once, so we're good to go. Okay, another of the African species, Harpactira marxi. This is my third Harpactira to go along with the two Pulchripes and the Namaquiensis. I'd like to get a Babiana, and that's probably it. Maybe a Caffrariana, but this one is very skittish. Surprised it's actually sitting still, to be honest with you, right now. So these will be fed here real quickly. This one's a little bit larger, as you can see. It's set up in one of the cubes with the red tops. Remember these red tops? So yeah, I don't, again, I didn't pay attention to any of the common names of these, so I'll try to do a little bit better job. I know people were asking me before about why I don't say common names. It's because generally I don't remember them, or I don't ever write them down. So we'll try to do a little bit better with that, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. And there's a little better look of the Harpactira marxi. Now that it's eating, we have a little bit less of a chance of it bolting. This is one of the ones that I was, a little bit concerned because of the way that it unpacked and ran around its enclosure quite often. And again, every time you just kind of looked at it, it would want to move. So I kind of put it off to the side, let it be, and brought it down today for the video, and we got a cricket in it, and we'll see what it does. It's not done a lot of webbing, as you can see. I gave it the cork bark here to go into the ground if it wanted to use it as a pre-made burrow, but it really hasn't done much of anything, so we'll see how it does over the course of the next couple weeks. Okay, so this guy here was, I saved for last. This is one that I wanted for a long time. I just never really, I've debated him a few times, but I never really picked it up. I got this one from one of our admin team at the tarantula community. This is a Grammostola actaeon. Wonderful species. Great to have. They're kind of high strung. This one's kind of laid back for now, but we're going to try and feed it and see if it'll actually eat. I don't know if it will or it won't. We haven't tried yet, but we'll see. Oh, dog hair everywhere. Yep. Lovely species. I'm really enjoying having this little guy here. So, guy or girl, I don't know. Hopefully we have a female. That would be spectacular. So yeah, those are the newer animals here. There isn't really anything other than those. Oh, you're going to take that hair with you, aren't you? I have to get that because it's going to drive me crazy. Let me see if I can grab that. Yep. So yeah, those are the new arrivals. We'll do a couple just small updates on a few other things. I don't want to get crazy because there's so many things I could update since the last time I did a video, but we'll do two of my favorite spiders that have molted and one that we moved into a new enclosure. And we'll go from there, and we'll see what comes about for the next video and when. Hopefully we'll do them a little bit more often. It's just, again, a matter of time, and I have to weigh the time with the effort, and it's been getting tough to do. So, okay, let me get the recently molted and the one tarantula that we moved to a new home. Hopefully she'll be out, and you guys will be able to check that out. Okay, guys, so here is the new home for the Samolpaeus victori. You can see her down there. We used Spanish moss on the ground above coco coir with acadi, I think they're called acadi leaves. Down there, a piece of Bassani wood that goes up through there. This cool little decor here is kind of like a hollowed out tree branch with a hand coming out of it. I was going to put the water dish on there, but that didn't work out so well for me. But I thought it was kind of cool to put in there for a hide for her. But she's down here. She likes it down here. As you can see down through in this area. You guys like my new background? Yeah. So she's been taking to it pretty well. We see her out in that area right there quite often. Have some nice pictures of her sitting there over the course of the last handful of days. So she's been in here for a little over a week, and this is a 8x8x12 Exoterra, which should be perfectly fine for her extent of life. Now we're hoping when she matures we'll find some males to be able to breed with her with, but she's down there because I was spraying water, so she was chasing it. She's been rather hungry lately. I just fed her yesterday 2 crickets, and she's eaten both of them, and just a little bit of water she's coming out to try and eat again. So let's see if we can get a better look up at her. There she is there. You can see her carapace there. She's rather calm for a Salmopaeus, actually. You know, I've seen like March tarantulas has one that takes off on him all the time, or did anyway. I don't know if it still does or not, but I think it escaped on him a couple times during feedings. But yeah, she's been real fun to own. This is why I wanted to get her into something more showy, you know. I mean, that's, let me get the leaf up there. There's a magnetic rock water dish there. You can see the water inside there. And they do like it a tad bit sprayed down more than most. From where they come from in Mexico, there's a little more of a rainforesty, so it's a little bit more damp and humid than normal. She's been doing okay in here. I haven't changed the screen yet, but we're getting there. I have 3 of these screens that need to be replaced, so we're going to do them all at the same time. So yeah, a new home. Salmopaeus victori. This one's got some rather odd common names that I don't like either one of them, like the Darth Maul tarantula. That's one of the dumbest names I've come up or seen related to a tarantula. Or the Mexican half and half, which is kind of dumb too. You know, it's a reddish and blackish tarantula. I don't know why someone just didn't call it the Mexican red and black, but you know, it doesn't sell spiders, so you got to give them those crazy names that people catch on to and say, yeah, I got to have that, I got to have that. Alright, let's check out the 2 pretty cool molts that happened over the course of the last. One happened on April 1st, or May 1st, one happened on May 2nd. So let's go check them out. Okay, so here is the first. This is Obi. This is the now confirmed 100% male Brachypelma humori. You could see his color, his carapace patterning, and you know, I know a lot of people have been saying on groups about how, you know, you want to see the carapace patterning to decide whether you have a humori or a smithy or a Baumgarteni or some of the other ones, and that's really a very unreliable way of doing it. So please don't try and do identification of Mexican tarantulas that way. There's way more things that you need to look at for identification, and realize that carapace changes throughout their lifetime. Now he's always had just that small, like a bell-looking black coloration there, with a lot of that creamish or reddish rounded around the outside part there. I kept his carapace from his last one. I'll have to check it out and see how much different it is on this one, but you could see his, you know, the black in the knees there, and the distinct white setae. Then the cheleseral bands you can see right there. See the darker lines with the longer setae there versus the short hair or short setae on the outside part of the chelicerae. So yeah, he molted on April 1st. Sorry, May 1st. And we'll show you who molted on May 2nd. Okay, so here is the other Brachypelma humorii that molted. She molted on the 2nd of May. This is Constance. This is the female I got from Ruth. She raised this little one up from a tiny sling, and she gave it to me as a gift. I was absolutely elated. Really caught me off guard. But yeah, she's been wonderful. This is her second molt with me. She's a mature female now. Her spermathecae is thick as all can be, and pretty dark. I haven't seen her completely stretched out yet, but her molt was right up there with the Nandu Colorado Velocis molt as far as size is concerned. So she's a pretty long girl, not as thick as the Nandus are. I don't think I think the Nandus are a little bit more. I always call them shouldery. You know, they're more wide and broad and thick than the Brachypelmas are. But yeah, so she caught me off guard with this mold. I wasn't expecting it at all. She was acting kind of crazy the last month. You know, a lot of times she would just be hanging on the side of the enclosure, just with her feet touching the ground and just standing there, and I could never understand what she was doing and why. You know, we still have unseasonably cold weather here, even this late in the year. It's just been nuts. Been a lot of rain, so you know, I may attribute the weather to what's going on. But then when she molted, I kind of figured that had something to do with it too. When I would put the light on for the leopard geckos, the light would be kind of in the, you know, on top of their enclosure, but next to her enclosure, and she would always go to the corner where the light was. So, you know, she was probably absorbing some of that heat. But yeah, I mean, it's been in the 72 to 76 range here in my room anyway, pretty consistently. But the nights are cooler, of course, because I open the vent in the bathroom so that there's not as much heat coming in here, because I can't sleep when it's super hot. So yeah, so we have two Brachypelma humorii that molted one day after each other, and as you can see, I don't know why the light went a little. This phone is weird because it's my old phone. I used to be able to touch the screen to focus. This one, when you touch the screen, it adjusts the light, so I have to work with that because I'm not really fond of that feature. I'm wondering if I can disable that and make it touch focus instead. So I haven't really, you can see how grainy that is when you're going through the side. But yeah, so that's really the extent of anything major. We did have a couple more molts, and I'll get one more guy down. We'll talk about him for a little bit, and then we'll end there. Okay, guys, so here is the Umbacabocla. This guy is a male. We'll see if he's ready to eat. I don't know if he's going to eat or not. Beautiful little spider. Was kind of hoping for a female, but I'm sure I'll be able to find a female later on, or someone that has one to send him to when he matures. He's still not very big. I mean, he's still, I would call, small juvenile. But I don't know how big males get, because females are, roughly about 4 inches or so, 4, maybe 5. Maybe he'll come out and eat this. He molted about 10, 12 days ago. Yeah, come on out. They're kind of a leggy tarantula to begin with, but he is pretty leggy. And that worm needs to move a little bit more. I had a livelier one, but it was a little bit bigger than I wanted. Come on, little guy. There you go. We'll see if he'll bring it out. I doubt it, but maybe he will. This guy's rather predictable, to be honest with you. I mean, his behavior. No, he's going to take it back down inside there. He will definitely 100% go off food, and not just go off it, but run away from it. You know, I mean, a lot of tarantulas will like strike it to get rid of it, or, you know, maybe just kill it and leave it if they're not going to eat it. But he was running away from it. So that's always when I kind of had an idea of, you know, he was going to be molting. And we had a suspicion the last molt that he was a male, so it wasn't really a big surprise. Okay, so I do want to show you one more, because this is one of my favorite spiders that I have, and she's out, and hopefully she'll eat too. She was also one that recently molted, so let me get her. Okay, there she is. This is the Cercopelma Santa Catalina. I just absolutely love this spider. I'm sure she'll eat this. If I can get it so that, there we go. Crawl right to her. There you go. Yeah, I love her coloration. We're losing the camera. I'm gonna hold it now because it's slipping. But yeah, I say that a lot, don't I? But yeah, absolutely wonderful species to own. I cannot not recommend Cercopelma enough. I think anybody should have at least one. I mean, I know a lot of people just say, oh, they're just another red rump tarantula, and most of them are red rump tarantulas, but they're just absolutely tanks. They remind me a lot of Acanthoscuria and Nandus, you know, with their feeding responses. Their growth is pretty quick, not super fast, but quick enough, you know, quick enough that it's noticeable, real noticeable. I'm hoping to add a couple more Cercopelmas. I do want to get another Melanatarsum and a Generalum, and a species Chica. I think those are the ones that I know. There's more Cercopelmas, and most of them are just species because they're not actually, you know, have not been described. I think the Rubronitins and the Generala may be the only ones I think that are in the hobby that don't have a species tag attached to them. So hopefully there'll be some work done with them, and some other South American, not South American, Central American Afaunopelma species as well. Getting some of these actually specified what they are. And I mean, just look at, I love the coloration around her carapace all the way. So I think that's the coxa, right, where the legs attach to the carapace there. So that's really going to be it for this video. I'm just happy to get one done, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit that you did get to see, and the couple takedowns that we had. We'll do some more stuff soon. Again, it's just a matter of time for me right now. It's not like it was last year when I was off with my ankle and I had lots of free time to film. This year I don't have that luxury anymore. Well, it wasn't a luxury, trust me. It was a luxury to film, but it wasn't a luxury to live on a daily basis with that pain. But so yeah, that's one of the big reasons why the videos have been very, very sporadic lately. But we'll try and do better. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not giving any kind of schedule. We'll do what we can when we can, and hopefully you guys enjoy what's there. I do want to get back to Tarantula Spotlight, every now and then. Try to just pick out a tarantula and talk about it, and hopefully educate a little bit on the keep of some of these animals and how to successfully get through raising them. We had a bad winter here. I did personally, and I found out a couple things that were interesting that I didn't know, because I lost 5 little slings in 1 week's time, and I could not for the life of me figure out why. They all fed, they all ate. 2 of them were African species, and generally African species are pretty bulletproof. You don't have to really worry too much about them. And I was beside myself trying to figure out what the hell went wrong, and then I found out that my wife flea treated the dog, and I didn't know. So I was petting her, or she was in here rolling around, or whatever it may be, or I was scratching her, and I did not know. that she treated her, and there could have been transfer inadvertently to the prey items. She's in her dry water dish right now, or just touching the cap of the lid. Who knows what it was, but that happened 3 days prior to these tarantulas dying, was when she flea treated the dog. So she just totally forgot to tell me. That's it sucks, but it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. But I was really questioning what the hell I'm doing here. But we did lose our big OBT female, and that one really bugged me, because that one died relatively the same time frame as those 5 little slings. Actually, it was like a day or 2 later. She became real lethargic after a feeding, and I literally had, what happened with her is I fed her 2 super worms, and I put them into a vial. When I picked them out with the tongs out of the container they were in, then I bumped it, so I grabbed them with my fingers to put them back in, and then I fed them to her. And 3 days later she became real lethargic, and I think 4 days later she was dead. So it just sucks, and you learn now, they know, my wife knows to make sure she reminds me. I think we're going to go with the chewables now with the dog instead of this chemical crap. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody later, and as always, happy keeping.